People getting abducted by ICE. Women getting abducted. Women, hardworking women. One woman in particular going to pick up her child from school. Picks up her child from school and is walking out of the school, is on a very busy street, gets abducted by ICE and leaves the child, the little girl, on the sidewalk with strangers. Throws her in the back of a car, handcuffed, and drives away. Abduction. That is an abduction. That is not an arrest. That is not a deportation. That is an abduction.
Hey y'all, what's going on? It's your boy Dipset TV back with another one. Today we're going to talk about abduction. You know what abduction is? It means kidnapping. It means taking somebody out of their free will and taking them somewhere. And it doesn't matter if you're authority or whatever you are. You understand what I'm saying? What it is, they doing it wrong in America right now. So basically, it's like allegedly they kidnapping these people and putting them in certain facilities. And most of these people are American citizens. Check this video out right quick.
If the police are peering in your window for the purpose of searching, they've already violated your constitutional rights. The police have to be in a legal place where they're allowed to be, and they have to be able to physically see it with their eyes without maneuvering or adjusting anything. For example, if a police officer approaches your car and he uses his flashlight to look through your car, that's legal. If he opens the door, that's not legal. You have the right under the Fourth Amendment to be free from unreasonable search and seizures, and the police are not allowed to peer through your window to find something because that's a search. They need a warrant for that.
And you remember in the U.S. amendments, remember, I could always plead the fifth, you know. Anything that I say can be used against me in the court of law, so I plead the fifth. I choose to stay silent, you understand? And a lot of things been going on with these people, you know, like I don't need to say nothing to you until my lawyer is present or until I see my lawyer. You understand what I'm saying? And they just force these people. Check this video out right quick.
We have some breaking news. This man was just sitting in his car and he said nothing. Okay, he did nothing. So ICE ripped him out and detained him. This just happened yesterday. A man was just sitting in his car. ICE agents approached him. He didn't argue. He didn't resist. He just stayed silent, which he's allowed to do. And they pulled him out of his vehicle and detained him on the spot. No warrant, no probable cause, no crime, just silence, which, by the way, silence is not probable cause. Having brown skin is not probable cause. Just so everybody here is clear on that. The Fourth Amendment protects your vehicle from illegal searches and seizures, just so everybody understands that too. And the Fifth Amendment protects your right to remain silent. You're allowed to do it. It's not going to hurt you. You can do it. In this case, you know, power over brains. ICE can't legally detain you just because you won't answer their questions. They need probable cause, and they didn't have it. And from what we know, this man might even be a U.S. citizen. I mean, we have no idea. He didn't talk. That guy could have been born here. This is no longer about immigration, guys. It's about whether silence is now considered a crime in Trump's America. And if your rights can be ignored, then really, guys, no one is safe. Not even you, not even me.
Now, when these so-called ICE people, you know, which I call the KKK, because I don't really see any black ICE on the stuff or a lot of Hispanics, you understand? I mostly see it's only like Aryan Nation type of people, you know, and us as spiritual people, as you understand what I'm saying? People of love, people of God, people of the truth, you understand what I'm saying? We never bring any problems to no white folks or nobody, period, you understand, until you bring the lion out his cage. And once that lion come out, you know, anything he finds in his way, he's gonna chew it up and show that this is what I am and this is what I can do. I am the king of the jungle, you understand? So basically, a lot of things been going on. These families been breaking up, you know.
An undocumented Guatemalan man was arrested by federal agents after they smashed his car window. Cell phone video shows Juan Francisco Menendez and his wife surrounded by federal agents after being pulled over in New Bedford, Massachusetts. Francisco Menendez called his lawyer for help, and she told the couple to hand the agents her business card and tell them she was on her way. A federal agent is heard telling the couple in Spanish that they can either do it the, quote, easy way or the hard way, before threatening to smash the car window. Minutes later, video shows an agent smash Francisco Menendez's car window with a hammer. Francisco Menendez's lawyer says he qualifies for derivative asylum and has no criminal record. His wife says he's now being held at an ICE detention center in Dover, New Hampshire. CNN reached out to ICE for more information, but has not heard back.
And if you got a little heart, you understand, try not to cry to this video right quick. Check this out.
Oh my God. It's real. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's so sad. That's so fucking sad. Oh my God. Oh my God, I want to cry. Oh my God. That's so sad.
So now America sees everything as being real, you understand? And it's like, you know, this dude, whatever his Porky Pig self is, you know? So he's supposed to be the president, or he's supposed to be the man of the hour, you understand? He's supposed to be running things, getting things together, you know, bringing our nations together. You know, the most weakling people is the ones that start stuff and doesn't know when to end it or how to end it. You understand what I'm saying?
Why are you doing this? 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 Why are you doing this?
You want to be arrested as well? You'll be under arrested.
Yeah, I'm U.S. citizen. Arrest me.
Don't get closer. Stay there. Stay there. Stay back.
Let it go.
Stay there. Stay back.
She's bad.
Stay there.
Let her go.
Stay there.
Let her go.
You don't stay there, you're going to be arrested for
She's
interference.
sick. She's sick.
You're going to be arrested for interference.
She's sick. I'm here. She's sick.
Okay, stay there.
She's bad. Call 911. Call 911. She's bad. She has a problem.
And these are not only like allegations. This guy he's just pushing it and pushing it. You know, like, you know, I'm going to die next year or something like that. You understand what I'm saying? So I might as well just do the most idiotic things man could ever think about. You understand what I'm saying? Check what Kamala had to say about this.
If this president is thinking about putting us in a position where we're in a war with Iran, the consequences will be absolutely unacceptable and tragic in terms of the young men and women who are American soldiers who would be sent and deployed into something that was completely avoidable. In a Harris administration, we wouldn't have gotten ourselves into this mess. I have good reason, based on everything we know publicly, to suspect and to be concerned that his motivation is more out of self-interest than it is the interest of the American people. You know, I'm traveling our country and meeting with the families who are sending their sons and daughters to these endless wars. And this president better take very seriously any threat that he makes to enter us into another war and send our young men and women into battle.
You know, and it's not only because she's not president, or maybe she was going to make the world better, you know, and the supposedly elites, and they felt like, you know, she doesn't deserve this. We got to do what we have to do for us, you understand? And these people, Aryan Nation, these white people, these KKK members, these people are evil. I don't know where they get the evil from, you know, but since ancient days, they used to hate us because we was, just like they said in the Bible, fearfully and wonderfully made, unique. So in the Bible, 139, Psalm 139, it did say that, you know, even though, you know, everybody's wondering where these scriptures come from, whatever, but, you know, they was talking about every man of blackness, you understand what I'm saying? And the Hispanic people been here way back, you understand what I'm saying? And, you know, they started making movies about pilgrims and Indians. It's like, You know, if you look at two babies, a white baby and a black baby, you put them together, you raise them together, they don't see that color stuff, you understand? But when they get in certain ages, then they start teaching them about racism. And the racism, it really starts from the school, because what they teaching us in the school, or what they leading us to in the school, is showing us like colors exist, you understand? But colors does not really exist. We all human beings. We all supposed to be born with a unique heart that God gave each and every one of us, you know? And I'm not trying to preach the Bible, you understand? It's just I'm seeing a lot of things that's going on. And this is what some white people got to say.
There's a war happening on indigenous people right now that is being fueled by money, power, control, greed, and white supremacy, and it's happening in real time in America with the ICE raids, here in New Zealand with the oppression of the Maori people, and the active genocide that's happening in Gaza and other countries around the world. And I hate speaking about politics, but this world is corrupt and we need to talk about it. Remember that viral haka that happened in Parliament last year? The same haka that stood for the indigenous voices of the Maori people who are fighting to protect their cultural identity and sovereignty, that which the government was actively trying to take away through dishonoring the Treaty of Waitangi. Well, that Maori party just got stood down from Parliament a few days ago amidst many racist claims in Parliament.
The one in the cowboy hat who hates colonialism with the scribbles on his face.
Right now in America, you have masked ICE agents that are abducting and snatching bodies of men, women, and children from schools and homes, creating fear, division, and uncertainty within families and communities, labeling brown people as criminals and illegal immigrants. If you know anything about history, the real illegal immigrants were the European colonizers that arrived, stole land, broke treaties, committed genocide, and set up systems of oppression that still exist to this very day. And this is all being led by the savior, the president of a country that has funded millions of dollars into a genocide that is responsible for the ethnic cleansing and the murdering of hundreds of thousands of innocent people, to usher in a golden age and to build a brand new utopia on the land that is stained by the blood of innocent men, women, and children.
So basically, they don't see they white, but they already know, basically, you know, I had a lot of black people. I know some people in the hood, you know, some real white boys in the hood. They got gold teeth and everything. And they be like, yeah, my nigga, you know, and these black niggas can't get the my nigga out their mouth. You understand what I'm saying? Like, take it out. Nah, they been raised like that. They been born like that. You understand? So they felt like they just like us, you know. So shout out to a lot of white boys from, you know, Little Haiti, North Miami, you know, that used to talk that my nigga shit. Yeah, I can't take them out their mouth. You understand what I'm saying? Because they are black people. They felt, anyway, I don't know when color started existing. I believe in like 1980s, you know, the late 80s, that's when they started with the real racism stuff, you understand? Because when Martin Luther King, just one man did everything on his own and changed the whole way society thinks, or society sees us. You know, like, whoa, these guys are dangerous. We got to watch out for them, you understand? And, you know, in the 80s, I remember that's when they started doing the killing black people, you understand? Especially the police, you understand? Once you're a young teenager or whatever, they see you fresh or they see you some type of way, they watch you and they pop you at nighttime, you know? Yeah, I remember what happened to Diallo, you feel me? He got shot 41 times. And you know, nothing happened to these cops. Remember what happened to Rodney King, you know? But anyway, check this video out right quick.
White nations. White nations. Now we start the deportation. Now we start the deportation. White nations. White nations. Close borders. Close borders. Now we start the deportation. Now we start the deportation.
And you know, it's time we get unity. We need each other right now at the moment, because what Trump is trying to put us into right now, even though I'm not in the U.S. anymore, a lot of people already know what they want to do to Trump. Like, man, I think every Friday on Cracker Day, man, they used to just smack him like, you know, like the crash dummy of the whole school. You understand? Even white people probably took a slap at him too. So right now, what he's doing, he's getting revenge for, you know, all the things that he went through and all that stuff, you know. And not only dirt I got to throw on Trump, you understand what I'm saying? I still got some more stuff about Trump family. Check this video out right quick.
This is Trump's first wife, Ivana. She was born in Czechoslovakia and wanted a better life. So she first married an Austrian in a sham marriage to obtain Austrian citizenship, divorced that guy remotely, then came to the U.S. in 1976, married Trump, and became a citizen 12 years after she arrived. This is Trump's mother. Born in Scotland, she wanted a better life too. She boarded a boat and immigrated to the U.S. in 1930, worked as a, quote, domestic servant for 4 years, and also became a citizen 12 years after arriving here. This is Trump's third wife. As a child, Melania was born in Yugoslavia, came to the U.S. on a travel visa, but broke the law immediately by working here. 4 years later, somehow, she gets fast-tracked and, get this, gets an Einstein or genius visa and becomes a U.S. citizen 10 years after arriving. This is Trump's grandfather, who came to the U.S. from Germany to start a better life, breaking a Bavarian law, by the way, and eventually opened a restaurant and brothel in the U.S., breaking another U.S. law. This year is one of more than 100,000 immigrants that Trump has arrested because he too wanted a better life, just like members of the Trump clan. If Trump seriously wants to deport every immigrant who has come here and broken the law, he doesn't have to look very far. Do you know what I mean?
And remember, whites, Hispanics, blacks, once we get together in unity, we be strong. Check out this protest right quick. And I was surprised too, you understand? This happened in Boston late, I forgot the exact date, but this happened in Boston recently. Check this video out right quick.
I'm here in Philadelphia, birthplace of freedom. You can see literally thousands of people marching down Ben Franklin Parkway. As I told you earlier, we're not standing for it. We don't want to see masked men stealing people off the fucking street. We want due process. We want the rights that we were promised right here in Philadelphia. The rights we were promised in our fucking Constitution. Our rights that were promised in the fucking Declaration of Independence. These colors don't run. They're stars for everybody. Make your voice heard. No kings. Go Birds, fuck Trump. Go Birds, fuck Trump. Go Birds, fuck Trump.
So, you know, when we reunite and we have unity together, this is how strong we are. You understand? Just like he said something about the ants. I have it. I'll post it on my next video. You understand? Like, they can't let the ants take over, because once one ant stick their hand in, 1,000 or 100,000 of them just pop up out the blue from nowhere within seconds. You understand? So this is what unity looks like. And I'm happy to post that video right there too. You know, it's something that I consider as unity as human beings, you know. But meanwhile, while Trump is messing around with the world and stuff like that, even though he would get what's waiting for him too, you understand? And I hope it's real soon that, you know, not they hurt America, but, you know, Trump could probably go to one of them United Nations meetings and stuff like that, and they, you know, they probably drop a little something in his drink, or they, you understand? I just did that for fun, you know. But basically, yeah, he gonna get what he deserves. You understand? And not only that, the World War thing that's going on, you understand? We also got these KKK. They don't even know what they doing. Check this video out.
Black people are we're not allowed to practice hate in America. There's no collection of black people that get to fuck with other groups. Black people only fuck with other black people. Ku Klux Klan can exist. Fucking neo-Nazis, they can exist as a organization. They can exist, but black people cannot come together and then we gonna fuck with other people. We can hate other people. Black people don't even hate other people. We should hate white people, but we don't. I know y'all got nervous for a second.
And, you know, even though they probably got them all around the world, you know, they got racist people all around the world, it's still like a handful of them, you understand? Just one black person could destroy like a bunch of them. And I'm talking about not even with arms, just hands alone, you understand what I'm saying? So basically, I think what they doing is wrong, but maybe, you know, most of these guys that's in these federation or in these unions, you know what these guys are? polygamy, whatever they call it. You understand? They rape their own sisters. They have sex with their cousins. They marry their moms. You understand? So these are people we gotta, you know, they special people. They used to be on a little bus and stuff like that. You know, they got a little screw missing in their head. You understand? I bet you half of them marry their cousins or their moms. You understand? She's gonna be in a family over yonder. You know, so basically, I'm not talking about cowboys or whatever. You know, but most of them, they always got that Western, you know, that Western speech in their mouth. You understand what I'm saying? How could you be a racist when, you know, like you're a majority, a minority? You understand what I'm saying? Like you irrelevant. We don't even got time to hate. Check this video out right quick.
Doesn't it seem strange to you that being born here isn't enough to be allowed to stay here? Take a second. Did you ever give your consent to pay just to exist? Where's the contract you signed when you arrived? Air is still free, for now, but try filling your stomach without money. Try drinking water without getting charged. Try sleeping under a roof without paying for it. And the question no one asks is, who decided this belonged to someone? Who was the first to look out at the horizon and say, this is mine, and you owe me for using it? The planet is covered in water. It rains constantly. Water gives us life, and yet millions don't have a single clean drop to drink. Yes, there's technology to turn seawater into drinkable water. We could solve this today, but we don't. And do you know why? Because a self-sufficient human being can't be manipulated. When you don't need, you don't obey. And if you don't obey, they don't rule. Scarcity is a strategy. Hunger, debt, chaos, none of it is an accident. It's part of the game. Because if you were free, they'd lose. Governments, banks, big corporations, they survive off your dependence. They prefer you tired, distracted, and obedient. You're not paying to live. You're paying to stay trapped in a system that steals every second from you. And this isn't the future. It's now. It's real. It's happening.
Yeah, so guys, y'all know once I drop my little stuff, my little knowledge, and I got a lot more stuff coming up. It's just, you know, I promised myself I'm going to try to do 2 videos every day for this whole month. And I'm trying to keep up with my deed. I promised myself, you know. So basically, there's more videos to come. I always do a little comedy skit. Check this little video out right quick.
Word of my mother, I never seen a store where you had to pay to get inside, and then when you pay to get inside, you gotta pay to get whatever you want. Miss, why I gotta pay to get inside the store? What type of shit is this? What's going on? Why I gotta pay to get in?
Where are you from?
I'm from Montana. In Montana, we don't gotta pay to get inside the store.
Now, y'all know after the little comedy skit I do, I always say, you know, everybody, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, turn on the notification. Dipset TV, peace.